That looks good. I think we are ready to go. So we're live. That's nice. Salted caramel chocolate coffee. Delicious.
Sounds delicious.
How's it going, everybody? Miguel Rodriguez here for the Bakersfield Gentleman. It is Thursday, as it should be, because it is a Thursday night smoking time. How are you out there? How's the world treating you? How are stocks and bonds? How is government? How is life in general? Tim, how you doing, brother? Thank you for being first checking in. Obviously those ramblings were that of very broad questions there. I was having a conversation at work about the state of everything, and it seems very bleak. But you know it's not? Delicious cigars and coffee, or just a nice ice cold water on a hot day. I think things are pretty damn good. That's what I think. What do you think, Frankie? Yeah, there's so many good things happening that the bad just can't keep up. It's like the race between the tortoise and the hare, but the hare has as much dedication to the race as the tortoise in this case. Down the drain, but going to beach for the weekend. There we go. I like the sound of that. Just because things ain't completely right doesn't mean you can't fix that with a beach trip.
Mhm.
Which one are you going to though? Well, you don't have to tell us online if you don't want to. I know that can be weird sometimes. But Pismo seems to be a popular choice here for Bakersfield, for Bakersfieldians, for Bakerfieldites. I like Pismo. Don't get me wrong. I haven't been very often, but it was nice. I didn't go to the beach itself, but the amenities around were nice. There's a nice cigar lounge there. No, I said, yep. There's a good cigar lounge there with a really good coffee spot right next to it. Like Scorpion something coffee. The espresso, spot on. You might just have to go to the page itself, bro. I don't understand why it does that. You might notice that my cigar is more than halfway done. It's because I've been smoking it before the show. I thought I would be done with it before, and I was gonna start another one, but I have just enough where I could get the first half of the show in. Probably, maybe not the whole first half, like a good 20 minutes. But that's enough. That's enough where I'm not gonna turn it out and start up a new one just yet. If anything, I just need to touch it up a little bit here. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that while I talk to you guys. And I know that Pismo also has its famous chowder out there, which we did have, and I would say pretty solid. It was a good chowder. I'm not gonna say it's the hype that I was expecting.
Really?
It was good. It was good, but I feel like I've had better chowder. As a kid, there was a place. Oh man, I went with the Castros, and it was like this building that had, you know, when they add on with those like pop-ups, but they have walls too, and it's like almost permanent kind of thing.
No.
Like oh man, I don't know how to describe it. It's been such a long time ago, obviously at this point. But that was probably the best chowder I can ever think of.
Really?
And if I could remember the name of the place, I would love to inform you guys, because either you are like Tim, or you're in California and it's accessible because it's maybe 2.5 hours tops from here, wherever this amazing chowder place was. So it was along the ocean as well, not unlike the Pismo one. Or if you are ever going to visit California, for those who, you know, are world travelers and know good places, why not add a chowder spot in there? I think you wouldn't be disappointed if you went to Pismo and got their chowder, and if you were visiting the area. But I think I could pick a different one. It needs to be lots of meat and thick and creamy, not thin. 100%. Yeah, I don't want a runny. I know it's not a soup; it's chowder. There's a difference. Like corn chowder is not really my thing. I like clam chowder way better. But either way, it's got to be a thick. It's like a stew, basically, at that point, as it should be. Like a beef stew or any other kind of stew that you can think of. That's what clam chowder is.
And that's actually one of the things I really like about the one in Pismo. You order your clam chowder, and then you actually have a choice of getting add-ons. I think there was like bacon and cheese. There was like a mix of seafood or extra clams,
extra meat stuff. Yeah.
So you could actually put extra seafood in it, which I really liked as an option. I did that. I thought that was a really good touch. I thought it was really nice. add-on.
Do we do the bacon and cheese one too to
No.
somebody? I don't think anyone did. I wouldn't mind trying it, but I don't need a land animal in my chowder. All right, I can go all seafood all day long, not an issue. I know people like their surf and turf, but I can go turf and turf and surf pretty much any day of the week.
Mhm.
In fact, I think a turf and turf is going to be required one of these days to have a 24-ounce porterhouse and a 16-ounce rib T-bone steak and a cigar and whiskey, which I'll consume all at once because I'm an American and I can do that.
Mhm.
If you guys know what that is from, put it in the comments because you're good people.
Yeah.
So what are we smoking tonight, Frankie?
Today we are smoking our own cigar, California Dream Volume 2. This is the one that has the Ventura coastline on the band. You guys can see that when you guys get your own there. And it actually has Pier on there as well. It's a very popular picture if you're from Ventura. It's actually looking down from the old courthouse. And yeah, it's a really iconic picture. It's one we kind of took from the internet and used it. But it's near and dear to our hearts, so that's why we used it. And it's a fantastic cigar. It's I would say it's towards the lighter side of cigars when it comes to our lineup. It's definitely not a heavy cigar. It's a cigar that everybody can enjoy, whether you're a new smoker or an avid smoker. So, if you guys are ever in the market for some cigars, you want to try some, pick up the California Dream Volume 2.
Say a little lighter than Somme, a little heavier than that Atabey territory. I think they've done a very amazing job for being light in strength while being super heavy in flavor.
Yep.
And if we would ever be in that category between those two companies right there, of that ratio at least, so you don't have to. I'm not talking about flavor profile wise because I wouldn't compare the three of those.
Sure.
But ratio as far as strength to flavor profile, I think spot on examples right there. And I would dare anyone to say that we aren't in that range of being spot on for strength to how much flavor you're getting out of this. I honestly feel like this is a great balance of the two.
Absolutely.
Especially like you said, it's a lighter one for us, and I think that's a plus. I know some guys like, no, I only smoke really heavy stuff. Well, maybe because you are up for extra flavor, and I get that. And usually, rule of thumbs, the heavier the cigar, the more complex and the more flavor you're going to get. But that's just simply not the reality. There are so many great light cigars out there. I'm not gonna say a bunch of Connecticut's because that's what your mind goes to when you think of a light cigar. It's
Right.
usually Connecticut or a shade. This is a natural that we have right here in our hands, and that those all fall again lighter wrappers, lighter in strength. Muted flavors is usually like the next connotation in there. No, like Matumbo. No. This is going to change your mind on that very easily, I believe. I would say the same about the Lucky You.
Yeah.
I think obviously the same about that, but in this particular instance, because we're both smoking this, let's focus on the California Dreamin'. Being which, like I said, natural wrapper, Dominican Piloto binder, Dominican, Nicaraguan, and U.S. broadleaf fillers. We got a 3-country blend for some phenomenal tobacco across the board. Thanks to Artista for helping us out with that. Without their support, without James from Sinistro support, we would not be able to do stuff like that. So if you're ever looking for something not Pariah, I think we could easily recommend those two companies,
definitely.
along with quite a few others on the list. Do you have any like a list of companies that you would recommend? Do you have a decent group of logos or?
If I were to suggest some cigars, I'd probably suggest maybe Apostate.
Spot on.
Like you already mentioned, Somme, Artista. Family by Loyalty makes some good stuff. GTO, Dominican Cigars makes some good stuff.
Definitely.
Kiki Momo, I would suggest them as well.
Could definitely do that. Yeah, that's an excellent. Oh, wait a minute. There they all are right there. Boom. And absolutely correct across the board. There is a litany. There is a plethora. There is a cornucopia of flavor strengths, sizes, and offerings that you have to choose from. And just those companies alone, that's not even scratching the surface, honestly. I think we could do a top 50 companies, and we'd still probably miss a couple. And I love that. I love that. Even talking to some of the older guys in there who known cigars, since cigars have been part of the American culture, especially after the embargo, and all of a sudden New World cigars, quote unquote, came to be, there are so many companies, and right now, our boom is better, I would say, than the 90s boom. I can't say that for certain because I was not there.
Yeah.
But I think we're on the right track.
I think you're probably right.
I usually am.
In some non-cigar news, it just came to my attention that we begin college football this Saturday. And Scott, how you doing? And my Texas Longhorns are preseason ranked number 4 in the nation. I think they're behind Ohio State, Oregon, and I want to say Georgia. Then they're ranked 4th. Then you got Alabama, and then way down, I think in 15 is Oklahoma. So,
Go Sooners! Go Sooners.
They open up the season this Saturday at home against the Colorado State Rams, and I cannot wait. They're heavily favored in this game.
It's one of those momentum games, isn't it? Not that the Rams are terrible, but they're just it ain't compete.
Right? Yeah, it's not even in conferences. They do start the SEC this year, along with Oklahoma. Both will be in that. So, those will be some pretty intense games. Can't wait to see that. But yeah, so Saturday they open up against Colorado State, against the Rams, and that'll be a game to watch. See how they do. See how they mesh. Xavier Worthy's gone. He's over in Kansas City now. So, see who's going to be the number 1 receiver. We'll see if I think they already announced that Ewers is going to be the starting quarterback, but you never know. They might pull him, or they might start Archie Manning. So
Archie Manning, is that a relation, or am I just wow? Okay, get into that territory.
Yep.
I've got quite a few questions for you about college football, and you know my opinion already. We've been over this many times. I don't care to watch kids play, but when you explained it to me, and you brought up some really good points, and I think you changed my mind.
Yeah.
I think you broke down my blinders, and I'm gonna need to watch some games. I've been cynical. I thought, well, they'll make a video game off these guys, and they don't even get paid. Not the case anymore, right?
No.
Do you feel though that with being paid, that is going to affect studies actually of becoming more rounded people versus just focusing on football? And let's face it, that's 4 years of football in college.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, what is the average career in the NFL if they get to the NFL?
I think it depends. I think it's like 7 to 8 years.
Just average, so 7 to 8. So you're looking at 12 years of a career. And if you're not a very well-rounded person, it's like winning the lottery in those cases.
Mm-hmm.
You're not good with money. You're not going to be good with a lot of money. So let's say they break away and they do amazing and they get a great manager and a great what's the other position? Manager and agent. Thank you, and a good lawyer to really back them up. But then the money's gone.
Well,
their job's gone.
Apparently, they have I don't know if it's a class or whatnot, but when they sign with the NFL, they get like a money management thing
to try to alleviate that problem.
Yeah.
There we go. I like the sound of that.
The union fought for. For me, what I think it's going to be the odd thing is now that they have the name, imaging, and licensing NIL money coming in, it's going to give them a bargaining chip. Like this year, Caleb Williams went to the Bears, and he wasn't sure if he wanted to play there. So with making money to the NIL, maybe he's not making as much as he would in football, but he could wait another year, play another year of football at SC, and wait till the following year where maybe Patriots
someone
on the bottom, and they're going to get the first pick. He wanted to play there. So you can be like, no, I'm not going to take the money and sign with the Bears to go to the combine or go to the draft. I'm going to wait a year, see what happens, and then I'll join. So she's not making a lot of money like he would be if he's playing the NFL, but he's still making a ton of money.
But there's something there.
So they can have that now, an option to wait, especially like if you're a freshman. You want to wait a year or two to see, maybe you can improve yourself some more. So you're making some money, but you're getting better. So your stock will go up, so you go up higher. So instead of being like a second, third, or fourth round receiver, now you're, one of the top 10 receivers in the league, and you're going to be, one of the first 50 drafters. So you'll get more money on your draft position.
That makes sense. Does that include them being at least somewhat of a dedicated student athlete while they're going to school? Are there still requirements as far as like, hey, if your GPA falls below this, we're scholarship for you?
Absolutely. Yeah. But I mean,
doesn't matter.
If it's anything like it was in high school, I don't think it really matters. Yeah.
That's fair. And then the other part you brought up is the player that went to a different school. Which school is that again? I'm sorry. Just that someone left to go somewhere else and play, Oregon or something. Yeah, when we first started the conversation, like, oh, he's no longer here. He's somewhere else.
Oh, Xavier Worthy?
Yeah.
He got drafted.
Okay. So do you think that with the money issue, that they will go to different schools to see if they'll get more playing time?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Or so do you think it's gonna happen more often now since they're getting money?
They have, I know since you don't follow it as much, they have what's called the transfer portal. So it used to be if you switch schools, you lose an eligibility year,
and now
you don't. Just go to the draft or to the portal, transfer portal, and then you go to a different school and you just start up again.
So is that portal anything like the Stargate portals?
Very similar
from Stargate, Atlantis.
Very similar. So now that they have that, players will go and they'll transfer to a different school. Definitely for more playing time, more exposure. That'll help them out a lot.
And final question towards that: they just stacked your Texas's new whatever you call it division. A lot of teams switched up.
Well, it's already been a stacked division. The SEC, it's the biggest, it's the toughest division or conference in all of the NCAA. And I don't know why in the world they chose to join it. I thought that was dumb. They should have stayed in the Big 12, where with them and Oklahoma, they're the big two fish in the pond. Now they're just large fish, but in the sea. You know what I mean? With the other heavy hitter, big schools. So. It's going to be a tough season. It's going to be a tough conference. I can't wait to see how they do.
But since now money is more involved, obviously there's money involved before. The school needs to get paid to keep these programs going. They put a lot of effort, a lot of capital, a lot of time into these things. Now that's the money part is expanding. Do you think that's why they're doing this? These moves are just money based?
Oh, it's definitely money based. Yeah, definitely. I mean, money is probably the number one drive behind why they went in and switched. Texas is one of the only 2 schools to have their own channel on on sports. So they have the Longhorn Network.
That's so weird to me.
Yeah,
that's a weird one.
So, and this is actually why I became a Texas fan. I'll tell you a story real quick. Back in the day when your godfather was in the hospital at the Sherman Oaks Burn Center.
For the burns, yeah.
I was using the restroom, and this is before I started watching a whole lot of sports. And there was magazines in there, so I grabbed Sports Illustrated. On the cover was who was the number 1 school for sports. And it had Texas football player, basketball player, baseball, soccer, girls water polo or something. And then on the other side, it had Stanford. It had their players.
Stanford?
So the double thing. And it showed who, Texas has won this many football things, this many baseball World Series, College World Series. They do how to do this in track, and same for Stanford. And in the end, the Longhorns won out. And I was like, oh, interesting. I'm gonna start watching that. And that's how I started watching them more and more.
Interesting.
I'm a big fan.
Did you go to the tour over at SC?
No.
You didn't, because they have that rivalry between them and Notre Dame because they're both Catholic schools.
Right.
They have what's called the Golden Shillelagh.
Right.
And it's given to whatever schools one more games between them. Yeah. Was it kind of like that situation, but just between those schools because they had so many?
No, they're not rivals at all.
Just so happens that
play each other.
They just happen to have the most.
Yeah, they just happen to be like the 2 biggest schools for. I mean, there's other schools that have won more football championships or more baseball championships, but when it comes to overall at the time, those 2 schools were number 1.
They were
most overall championships.
Pressing it through multiple sports. Yeah. They're talking baseball, talking track and field, maybe
everything,
whatever it
soccer,
might be.
Football,
badminton.
Yeah, whatever sports they had, they all went at it. So
competitive interpretive dance.
Exactly.
Which is, I think, actually what Reagan should have done. She was much more interpretive than she was breaking.
But she got banned now from doing stuff.
She should be banned from Australia.
So
she should be banned from her. She brought so much shame that they should have fed her to the dingoes and told her parents that the dingo ate their baby. Okay.
She finessed it to how she made the Olympic team. For that.
Oh yeah, she cheated.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, her husband, I guess, was part of the committee, and she used him to get in and stuff. Yeah, it's interesting. I didn't know that was going on. I thought she was really bad at at breakdancing. Like that's why she's representing the country. They're all bad. But
I
she
know.
definitely cheated. So
There's
that's not great.
the male breakdancer from Australia was perfect. His scores were perfect. There's no way you're telling me there wasn't at least a somewhat decent female breakdancer amongst the people down under. Okay, the Aborigines are known for their breakdancing skills. It's like how France invented wine, and then we perfected it here in California. You know, the mean streets of Harlem, and I actually have no idea where hip hop and breakdancing first started. Maybe
Brooklyn,
probably Brooklyn, and L.A. really ran with it.
probably.
But everybody knows that the Aborigines tribes are where it's really at. If you're talking about breakdancing, and a little less known, the it's not quite tap dancing, but it's a form of that. Do you remember the Wild and Wonderful Whites?
Yeah.
The kind of dancing he was doing on the table.
Yeah.
There's a name for it. I forget. I think it's called scoot dancing,
Mhm.
and apparently it's very difficult.
Boots, booty, yeah.
But just the scooting part. There's no booting.
Booty has boots.
But they don't call them boots in that situation. It's like sparkling wine. They only come from one region of boots. His are different. The Aborigines know what they're doing there.
And then of course we have football, NFL starting in 2 weeks. Not excited for this new kickoff. It looks dumb. I'm not used to it yet. Yeah.
Maybe I should be watching some preseason games because they are using it already, right?
Yeah.
Like it's.
Yeah, it's not that the other reason.
I understand trying to keep people safe, but they added so much to it that doesn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah.
It was an overcorrection. I understand that collision from what they were talking about. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I remember the numbers they ran was like, okay, well, two linemen going this speed is the same as a car crash. So okay, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
But they fixed that, and then they kept moving the goal line, no pun intended, further and further into this over safety, and now it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So have the rules really fully shown yet though? Because you're talking about how they can't do an onside kick until the second half or something.
I don't know about the onside kick rule. I didn't pay attention to that.
But there is something there, right?
Yeah, there's got to be something to it.
Yeah, there's so many things they added that it just doesn't feel necessary.
Yeah, because the two lines only 5 yards apart, and the old rule for an onside kick was the ball had to go 10 yards before the other team could touch it.
Yes.
Kick off. So I mean that would be almost impossible for them to get it now.
I mean,
So
well,
there's got to be a difference to the rule now.
and like, don't you have to let them know or something? Or was that
No,
just like somebody was just adding to it?
Maybe I have no idea. Again, I did not pay attention to the onside kick rule, so I have no idea.
I think we're gonna have to have that looked up before the next show, just so we can talk about that a little more. Because, I mean, there's so many rule changes. Like I believe the pitch clock in baseball, people were really upset about that, and I kind of think it's a good
I actually
thing.
like that. I like that a lot. It makes the game go by faster. Not saying that I got bored during the games, but
there are certain times where they're just milking
makes the
it.
game go faster, and it's a nice element to see.
I
what
agree.
I don't like is the instant replays in baseball. I mean, sure,
So
they've
much.
gotten calls wrong, and then going back and the instant replay to actually show the right call. But I don't think that should have been part of baseball. I think they let the refs make the call, right or wrong. That's their job. Fine. The only sport it should be allowed in is football.
Just football.
Don't need it in basketball. Don't need it in baseball. I would allow instant replay on scoring and hockey just to make sure it's a valid goal.
Mm.
And then obviously instant replay in Kajutsu.
Well, that's different. That's necessary because it happens. It's Karjutsu is actually Algonquin for lightning sport, and it happens so quickly. You don't even actually know if you watched anything. So the instant replay, the cameras, I believe, are 30,000 frames per second, and it's still missing things because they are so quick. These athletes, and they are so overpowered that they're not allowed into regular sports. Even in competitive speed walking, they're just too fast. So you have to have something.
No, we did miss some mixed martial arts this past weekend. It was an open invitational challenge that I forget the guy's name, Craig Johnson, I want to say. It was his tournament. He was also in the main event. He took on a female, huge female.
Oh,
Like,
how did that go?
she's like super ripped.
So she totally won then.
It was a grappling one. No strikes.
Just
Grappling.
okay, and she
Did
dominated.
not know if it was going to take place because during, I think, they had a stare down like at an event, and like, you've seen like the K1 or the Pride where like they're trying to intimidate each other. So one guy will kiss the other guy, and the guy punched him. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
And he did that to her, and she started like complaining about it. Oh, you go too far. It's too far. Blah blah blah.
You shouldn't do that.
I don't know. That if you want to be treated like the men,
The men shouldn't do that either.
I don't know.
That's
What if you're there, your opponent's there, they dim the lights a bit,
they're looking
you
good.
see the glistening of
They've been training so hard. Oh, and you just can't help yourself
Right.
but you shouldn't. I'll have to replay some of the tapes
Either
right
way.
before the kisses.
Either
Apparently,
way,
what
either
the?
So he put up $1 million. If she won, he would give her $1 million. He said on someone's podcast, I don't know if it's true or if it's going to happen. If he won, she had to do a video with him for OnlyFans. Yeah,
What?
yeah.
I mean, so she's still gonna get $1 million, so they got to split that.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, true for the money for OnlyFans.
You tell me people aren't gonna pay to see that just to say they saw it.
Oh, absolutely. Like when China did hers, or
China was a gorgeous woman.
Right. Stacey Keebler did Playboy.
That's
Tori Wilson did Playboy.
There's no
They
gimmick
just
there.
wanted that because they wanted to see them like that after all these years.
I'm talking Hulk Hogan's. People watch that, and not for the same reason they watch Stacey Keebler, mind you. Okay, I'm sorry. No. Oh God.
But so he got her in a twister. Excuse me. Oh, woo! Damn.
You ever just twist?
Double. So he got her in a twister. He got her in an ankle lock, and then he finally choked her out with the rear naked choke. So he ended up getting the win. I don't remember how long it lasted, but
Feminism.
yeah, he ended up winning. So they shook hands. So everybody was good afterwards. So we missed that this weekend. I'm kind of bummed. I would have liked to have seen that. I was actually looking for it because I saw it on my phone.
Some replays or something.
Yeah, when you open up Chrome, it gives you like a bunch of little stories if you don't put something in the search bar.
Yeah.
So then I kept clicking on it, but it was older fights. It said, "Oh, watch it live." I tried it.
Never does it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to see any of it live, but still pretty cool.
There's obviously plenty of women who would destroy me in grappling or any kind of mixed martial arts. But we're not talking about me. We're talking about a trained professional versus another trained professional. It's the same way. I think it was Serena Williams talking about tennis and men's versus women's.
I always get them confused. I never know which is which.
I feel bad because I do the same.
Just
and this was
the wonderful women from The View were talking about how Serena Williams should be paid more because she's the best female, or I think it was Venus, best female tennis player in the world, and she would be right up there with the top guys. And then they cut to a clip where she says she would never play any of the top guys because they're way faster. The game's way faster. They hit harder. They hit faster. She, I guess her and her sister played a guy who wasn't even ranked in top 500, and they lost.
Did not do well.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You have that scenario, and I know you're not a big fan of her, but at her height, Ronda Rousey was probably best in her weight class, no problem. She talked about how it would not be a fair fight between her and a man in the same weight division. You're talking about the people who know what they're talking about, not outside sources.
It wasn't a fair fight when she fought Holly Holm.
Oh no! Well, she fought the ground too. She punched it while she went down,
she hit it with her head hard.
She was taking every swing at that floor she could. Again, one fight. Now she lost a couple of fights after that. Yeah, but she still was incredible.
Oh, absolutely.
She's an incredible fighter.
Absolutely.
Maybe people like her attitude and stuff, and she was very cocky, but she brought in money, so she's allowed to be cocky, you know?
And that's what she said, actually, in the interview. She's like, well, how do you feel that women aren't making as much as the men? But at the time, she was, I think, 1 or 2. It was between her and Connor.
Yeah, she was right behind a couple of them.
It's not because I'm getting paid a lot, not because Dana White thinks I'm cute, but because people are coming to watch me.
Yeah.
Which is exactly the point. That's why they were talking when they talk about the WNBA. Oh, they should be paid more. It's like, no, They need to bring in more money before they can get paid more.
If the viewership was there, by all means,
That
totally.
has gone with Caitlin Clark. So
I still
that's
don't know
good.
who the hell she is. I
Maybe
don't.
not to where they're going to be profitable yet this year, but it has grown. By, I think double-digit percentages
Wow.
of viewership.
Wow.
So that's a good sign.
I'm not against that.
Now, I don't think if they break even or make a profit this year, do we should get paid more? I think they should pay back the NBA before they start talking about raises.
No, you don't pay them back. No, that makes no sense. They gave the money. They knew what they were doing. That's on them. That's money they didn't loan it. They donated it. They were keeping them afloat for a reason. So that's their money. I think if they want them to become self-sufficient, they need that money.
Right.
So instead of it paying them back, it's an investment into themselves. And even if they're like, oh, okay, well, here's what you've been putting into us for the last few, just invest it right back in anyway, because they need that money until they get to that point where it's completely self-sustaining. It's the same with any small business when you start. Everything you put back in, you're not paying yourself back or paying, your bank account, your savings account. No, it's just an investment until it runs itself, and then the savings will come back. I don't think that money should go into maybe marketing before getting into players again, because I feel like I see a lot more NBA commercials or promos for games than I do for WNBA. I'm not the biggest basketball fan anyway. I only watch if I just happen to see it on. Don't know players very well, not just women's basketball, but basketball in general. So I might be a little out of my depth, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's sports, movies, music, live concerts, or friggin' an art installation where the guy paints himself up and down and then jumps on the canvas and people pay ungodly amounts for that. If you don't have the eyes on it, it doesn't matter. I don't care how good you are or how poor you are. Poor as in bad at it. You're not going to be Ray Gun going in front of the audience like that. And you know what? Even if she's banned from the Olympics, she did prove her point technically. She wanted to be one of the most memorable things out of the Olympics.
Definitely was.
We'll talk about her still.
I mean, between her and the fucking
the junk,
the junk guy and the Crystal.
That dude was legit. I don't know if it's a real story or if someone just made it up that he got a divorce and just started doing that to blow off steam.
I don't know for sure now, but the dude was all leisurely about it. Like, yeah,
okay, just totally in this depth. Good for him. Good for him. You guys tried to do. Oh, let me put this on screen. Come on. Gosh dang it. There we go. You guys tried to compete with the DNC Kamala tonight. Tough competition. My friend Sophie plays for Phoenix Mercury. Ooh, one of the best looking players in the. Paul, why is she not on the show? We'll send her cigars.
There is a WNBA player, super pretty, super tall, that smokes cigars. I forgot her name. I follow her on Instagram. Dang it, for life, I can't remember. She's been in magazines. She's been in pictorials where she has cigars.
Have you reached out?
I have not. I'm too upset.
Son of a bitch.
Some people you just can't talk to like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, Paul, that's definitely something that's gonna have to change come September. I know that the DNC is gonna. There's only like 3 days, but Monday and Thursday are Monday Night Football and Thursday Night Football. So we're gonna have to do some different.
I think we just watch it with them. Just put it on the background. Oh my god.
So yeah, we might have to go to like a Tuesday, Friday, or just a one show Wednesday until the season's over. Maybe do a Saturday show again.
No, we're gonna compete.
So
we're gonna be the angel baby or the manger babies of the cigar world.
So yeah, so look for something to come and change. But we usually change in September anyways because it is our anniversary month. So some changes will be coming in September.
Yeah, we'll try to make it so the show's more accessible to everybody who might be been missing it because of the new time. Yeah. Obviously, it's already going to be midnight on the East Coast. I get that can be more difficult. But who knows? It might work out where, like, from time to time, we get people watching Monday Night Raw and this and kind of back and forth in it. It's really for your leisure. Whenever you guys want to watch, we'd love you to watch live, obviously, but whenever you get a chance, hop on. I don't think we're competing with the DNC because we're not lying to you. If we're doing a lying versus lying competition, they're going to win. but we don't do that. So I think we're okay.
Mhm.
I think we're fine. I don't think we've ever promised to fix something that we're deliberately responsible for making a mess of. To put that on screen. Got to get her on the show. I don't know if you have heard, but maybe get her to do a shoot for a little cigar thing. Which I would love that.
Definitely.
Totally. Honestly, the more the better.
Yeah, Paul. If you like, either send her our info and let her know we'd like to talk to her, or see if it's okay with her that you send us her info so we can be in contact with her or her agent.
Yeah.
I'll
send an email.
We'd love to send her some cigars. Love to have her on the show. Talk, WNBA and the struggles and the highlights that she goes through. And he said, what, Phoenix Mercury? Is that what the team you said?
We'll get that on screen. Yep,
Yeah,
Phoenix Mercury. Yep.
So
That's a good name for Phoenix, by the way.
a lot of the teams, they try to match
The area.
to the NBA team, because it's the Phoenix Suns, it was the men's team.
Mhm.
So Phoenix Mercury is the women's team.
I was just thinking Mercury inside of the
Thermometer.
thermometers
Yeah.
because it's so damn hot there.
It could
That's
be a double meaning.
that still works.
I mean, they
either
could
way.
have that on their jersey, the thermometer. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it works. You could literally sell thermometers at that game. I think that'd be
Or
hilarious
giveaway.
swag. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, any way we can reach out would be awesome. Or if she is interested, our info. It's totally fine. Not a worry. If there's anyone you guys want to see on the show,
Dang, we have
that
traveled to
you
Phoenix
know.
before for the show.
what's up?
We have traveled to Phoenix before for the show.
Phoenix.
Went to go see Brad.
Oh, that's right. Oh.
Got made fun of by the dude with painted nails.
Yeah. I would have never have judged his painted nails if he wouldn't have judged us first too, by the way. I want to point that out.
Oh, I absolutely.
I wouldn't probably not even noticed it because I wasn't really paying attention that close until he said something, and then I was like, that's funny, and I looked down a little like, you can't come off as a tough Arizonan with your pink nails on your feet. I hate feet to begin with. Didn't make it any better. Did not make it any better. But
Actually made it worse.
definitely made it worse.
Yeah.
But Highland Cigars, I still like that place. I
Absolutely.
thought it was again, it's mainly online sales. So if you guys are looking for another retailer that you can trust, I think Highland Cigars is a good one to peruse as well. But the lounge itself is hilariously cool. It is not built to be, it's built for the buddies to watch TV while work gets done. Okay. It is not built for you to hang out all day
No.
and go to events at this place,
Unless you like sitting on an igloo.
which I was fine with. I think I was sitting on a car couch.
Oh,
I think you had an
I had a
igloo.
lawn chair.
You had the lawn chair. Someone else had the igloo. But you get your drinks that close? I'm not against it. Oh, let's get this on the screen. Aaron, how you doing? What is good? Woodford and Aganorsa Habano for the evening. Oh my goodness. I like where you're at. The manicure, yeah, no, this is even where it is pedicures, which
Yeah.
again, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say it. I fucking hate feet. All of them. I had this conversation with Mel. Oh yeah, I got my toes. Don't tell me that. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about your feet. God, I gotta get off that conversation. We need to go to something else, please. I've been told how great the Alien Romulus movie's been. I cannot wait to go
Alien
watch
Romulus is in theaters. The Crow started tonight.
it. Not watching that. That looks
Um,
terrible.
Brielle was there right there, watching it right now, and this leather outfit, and I was like, gross.
Yeah.
No, she actually looks really nice.
She's very pretty.
So yeah, she's over there watching The Crow right now. I'm actually excited to see it. I'm not gonna compare it to the original, but I'm excited to see it, and probably gonna have to go watch it anyways.
I didn't want to watch the original Crow. I didn't think
Really?
either of them look good.
Really?
I don't want to see emo Dark Knight. It doesn't do anything for me. Or
No,
emo
it's more emo.
Spawn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's more emo
sorry.
Spawn. Yeah.
Power of love brought him back to avenge his dead girlfriend, and he's also got a lot of good emotions about it. I don't know. No.
What if it was a kid that was he played the role? He was the one that was singing the Burger King song. Yeah. Burger Queen.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God. You got to make a list for the video at the end of the month where we do all the clips. You add that on there,
Definitely.
and we're gonna do a contest of some kind. darts, pool, whatever. And whoever loses has to sing that at a Burger King next time. There are some damn fine feet out there, Miguel just saying Cindy Crawford. See, no, I'm totally.
Cindy Crawford, man, I haven't heard about her in a while. I wonder what she's up to.
That is 100% true. You are not wrong, Paul, because I still remember vividly being jealous of, God, what is it? Tarantino and From Dusk Till Dawn when Salma Hayek poured the beer on her foot and he drank it.
So,
It's Salma Hayek.
he wrote the movie.
Yeah, for that specific scene.
It's
He
like
wrote.
Adam Sandler when he's like, "Oh, grown ups too." Oh, why don't you play my wife?
Wait.
Maybe have my real wife do it for one movie.
Nah.
Nah, let's get Salma Hayek.
You seen the pretty women he's made out with because of that? Good for him. That's how,
Yeah.
like he says it himself.
Adam Sandler does that. Gets a pretty wife in a movie. It's cool. Freaking Tarantino does his foot stuff in his movie. It's cool. We try to do it. People are like, "Oh, you're gross."
You've never filmed a movie to do that.
I have filmed a movie.
In that sense, to
Well, they wouldn't let me add my stuff in there.
yeah, because you just wanted to show it. Like the twist came very hard. No one wants that. Still looks fine. I can believe that 100%. I would not doubt that one bit. You know who I?
Now I have a question. So
All right, yeah, throw it
let's
out.
say you guys are watching a film, and it stars 70s scream queen
Oh God.
who, obviously, in the back of the 70s and the early 80s and whatnot, they had movies like Summer Party Massacre, Cheerleader Massacre.
Super gorgeous.
Just really pretty girls that would get stalked or killed by some random weirdo or something.
Wow.
And
Booby was out.
there was scenes where, they're in the shower as a group. They better run up the stairs as a group. Or 2 or 3 of them were in the front room without their tops on for whatever reason. You just remember them show their boobs.
The AC was off. Okay.
Would you want them to show that 70s scream queen nude now?
No. Say late 2010s.
Yeah.
2018, 2019, from a 70s, 80s gorgeous woman at the time.
I was of the idea of no, which is why I kept telling her, no, keep your clothes on.
No, you're fine. It's okay.
You're good.
Don't worry about it. Are you
No
sure?
matter how much she insisted that she could be nude for the scene, I let her know that it was not needed.
Unnecessary. But you know what? I appreciate the
I appreciated
enthusiasm.
her willingness, but just didn't need it.
It's not always needed. Oh, damn it. That's a heartbreaker. I hate when that happens. I'm here. I'm getting it. I'm getting this. This is happening.
So,
And band back on. There we go.
so what we'll do then for that end of the movie with the clips is we'll have to have you go through some pictures to show your top 5 feet.
That's a very easy list. None of them. Not Salma Hayek. Done. The list is over. That's it. Like if I ever found the love of my life, and we're gonna get married, and you're at the altar, and tears in the eyes because I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with her, and Salma Hayek steps out and says, "Hey, you want to go?" Yeah, I'm gonna leave her. Of course, I'm gonna leave this woman. I'm gonna go to Salma Hayek. That's not even a question. Okay,
So you're like Jason Alexander and Shallow Hal.
yes.
Super hot chick, but her military's just a little bit long.
No, it's Salma Hayek over everybody. Not,
No, I'm just saying about the feet thing.
I guess, yes, but all feet. So let's go to this. Let's go to this this comment. There are a few of them. A couple years back, Tosh.0 had a scream queen that does exercise videos in her 70s. Scary but good muscle tone. I get that. What do you call it? You would probably go with Taylor Swift or Beyonce. No, I don't know. Not Taylor Swift.
Would.
You know what? I'm not even that big a fan of Beyonce.
Oh, I'm not either. I'm not a fan of
No,
her.
I don't think she's pretty. Definitely pretty. It's written in Valsama Hayek. See, thank you for understanding. And that's a wonderful wife too. That's just good people. Because there's just something about her. I'm
It's
sorry.
It's in the prenup, so it's that. I'm sorry.
Just it's written in there. It's written in there. You can't argue with the law. Okay, you can't argue with a contract. But
Now, is it amendable? Because you're right now you have Salma Hayek, right?
Yes.
God forbid something happens to her.
Well, she doesn't keep it tight.
No, yeah. Are you allowed to switch in a Sydney Sweeney?
No. That's it's Salma Hayek or nothing. I'm sorry. She could turn into
Penelope Cruz?
no.
Really?
No, she's pretty. She's very. There's a lot of gorgeous ladies out there. Don't get me wrong. Selma Hayek's above that. Fools rush in, dancing while she's cooking. Just I love Selma Hayek. If anyone has a way to tell her that for me, go ahead and do it. And I won't deny it, but I won't have to worry about it because she's also married to I think like a billionaire.
Yeah.
And apparently he's a really cool dude. Like
Which sucks.
does a bunch of like philanthropic work and. I think she was done an interview like, yeah, I'm this pretty still because I got a super rich husband I got to keep happy. Good on her and for him.
Mhm.
Very happy for that. Yes, you would. No, I would not. I would never switch Selma Hayek. That's
Miguel's more of a Lizzo fan.
She can stand on one leg while she plays the piccolo or something. What is it?
I don't know.
Wait, which one is Lizzo? That's the singer, right? Or
Yes.
the performer? I don't know what she does. Desperado. Yup. Desperado. Another good one. And then a whole bunch of other just weird
Once Upon a
movies.
Time, Mexico.
Yeah, same line. Yeah, same lineup. Was she in a mariachi? I think so.
Trying to think.
God, it's been forever.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian Rodriguez has a decent ring to it. Which Kardashian we talking about? Because Kim. Okay, sorry. I was just thinking Kardashian Rodriguez. I don't know. I'm not that big a fan either. She's she's a liar. All their whole family is a bunch of liars because they're not as exotic as they claim to be. They're a bunch of SoCal. What's the word I'm looking for? Did you ever see the picture of them full chola out? Yeah, they were chola girls taking 90s pictures in the mall.
In the mall with the background?
Yeah.
Oh, those are awesome.
They have those pictures of the Kardashian girls. I think the three sisters.
That's not a chola thing. Everybody did that. Black girls, white
no,
girls,
but
Asian girls.
I'm saying they did it in the chola outfits.
Oh, okay.
Like they were straight up like they were one jersey away from being in the black hole at the Raider Stadium. All right, they were about it. So at one point in an alternate universe, Kim Kardashian would cut you if you would say anything bad about the Las Vegas Raiders because she would have went with them, no problem. Dang it, but nah, that's not my bag.
We'll have to do a list of
Thank you.
famous ladies that you like to smoke with.
Oh, that's an easy.
Yeah, let's go out names and we'll have to. You know, it'll be fun. We'll do a blind ranking. So they throw out a name like Kim Kardashian.
Oh, where it goes in your top 10?
Top 10. And once it's locked in, it's locked in. So if you don't know, if they say, okay, well, I'm not going to put so-and-so on the list, but then someone else happens to be on there and it's better, can't switch it.
Yeah, once you're locked in, you're locked in.
These lighters are absolutely awesome. It does the torch and then it goes to the soft flame. If you like to pick one up, go to thecigarashtray.com or thecigarashtray.
Thank you, Leon.
On Instagram, and you can also make you a custom ashtray. We have our that we use for every show, just about. This has a logo on it and Miguel's name. I have mine. I'm not gonna lie to you. I still have mine in the plastic. I want to keep that thing forever. You need something. You need to use it. You need to use it. But yeah, I don't want anything to happen to it. So
what? It's a solid piece of metal. What's going to happen to it?
No. They can do several colors. They can do several shapes. Different amounts of the grooves for stuff. He also has one that I really like. It's a single person one with an ashtray. Has one groove for your cigar, and it also has a spot for your drink, just like a coaster.
I love that one. Yeah.
If you guys are in the market again, thecigarashtray.com or thecigarashtray on Instagram, and that'll send you to where you need to go.
I like the single one that's like almost a pocket size one too.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool idea. Because sometimes you need an ashtray, or you just need to set your cigar down, and you want somewhere to collect the ash because you're like, oh, I don't want to. I feel bad about ashing on this, usually like concrete or something where you know you probably could, but should you?
Now I wonder if there was a way to make one that was.
I think Kendall is super pretty as well.
Had some slits in it, so it could go flat in your wallet or your pocket, but you take it out and you fold it.
It's an ashtray,
and then it has a little flap you push down for the bottom of the ashtray. So it's kind of like a V shape all around. with a little part at the bottom,
Wow.
and maybe a little.
So that cup technology where the collapsible cup,
Yeah.
which I miss my collapsible cup. I want one of those again. I want a collapsible
But
whiskey
it has
glass,
collapsible goggles.
which are cool. But that's kind of what you're talking about. But metal and for cigars, obviously. Yeah, Kendall, Paul. I think she's super pretty. I
don't know
definitely
which is
agree.
which. There's two of them, right?
Kendall and Kylie
Yeah,
and
I don't know who's who.
Kamala and
Ugh.
Kara. Something. There's a bunch of K sounds, but no, I think I know exactly what you're talking. I think she's the taller one.
They're the ones that she had with
The Jenners. They're Jenners.
They're Jenners.
They're Jenners. Yeah,
They're not Kardashians. Okay.
they're all the same. All right, they all did the same thing. And yeah, she did make a whole bunch of money off her makeup line. Which, you know what? Good on her. I always like, oh, it's nepotism because of where she comes from, and they have the resources to do that. But she had to utilize it, and she had to put her stamp on it. So you know what? She did exactly what I think a lot of us would do with those kind of resources. She made more money on top of money, and she made her own money. So
is she the one who became the youngest billionaire?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Oh, does that count?
It's her money.
When you start off with millions?
Why not? If I got just a small loan of $1 million, yeah, I would count me as a success. Why not? If you can turn millions into billions, that's an impressive feat. If I could turn $100 into $10,000, pretty good day.
Yeah, but you don't have the notoriety straight out the gate, the resources straight out the gate. So it'd be more impressive for you to turn $1,000 or a dollar into $100,000 or a dollar into $1 million.
Sure.
Than her turning her millions
into billions. Sure, maybe, but I haven't done it yet. So
well, you haven't really been motivated to.
Oh, I've been motivated. I want to turn. I want to burn. I want to make big. I want to rent I want to lease a Range Rover. Okay. I want to make my nut at the Catalina wine mixer. Okay. I want to lease or sell at least 85 choppers. I wouldn't even sell. I'd give them away. I would take some of ours to give away. Like, hey, you're in the sky.
Every helicopter comes equipped with humidor full of our cigars.
Just like every $250 million purchase comes with one of these bar setups, like on Iron Man, the first one. Okay, other comment. Just comedy aside, I'd smoke a cigar with Monica Lewinsky 100%, because I know everyone makes those jokes about oh, what he did to her, and oh my goodness, she's famous because of the terror. That's not a life I would choose to be known for. I don't think many people would. I think she's probably had a really rough go of it, and it cannot be fun. And what do you do how old was she at the time? Early 20s? I think she was on early 20s, maybe late 20s at the most. And you're dealing with the most powerful man on the planet. What I'm saying is that she probably did better than a lot of people would in her situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm going to say about that. And I've heard that joke so many times, but I think Paul is absolutely right. I would smell. I want to hear her out, actually listen to what she has to say, but I need a good cigar while we talk about it.
Kind of like you and Stormy Daniels?
No, I don't trust her. She messed up my glasses. Actually, no. Actually, talking to her would have been interesting to hear what she had to say, but we didn't really get that opportunity, so settle for what I got. All right, it's fine. Or how some people don't talk to them at all. They just stand there and stare at them with a weird look on their face. Like if they're talking to, I don't know, Alexis Texas or something.
I would never do that.
Oh, sorry, you sat there.
Yeah, I would sit
and you sat there and you with the stupid look on your face.
It's kind of like
this. It really was. It really was. I was asking questions off camera while trying to take care of the comments. While someone's not doing interviews. My God.
I lit a cigar.
Yes, you did. Very proud. I bet it has some good stories from her days. Yeah, exactly. I totally agree, Paul. Totally agree on that.
I should have TED Talk. I did not know that.
I have to go listen to that.
Definitely have
to listen to that. Yeah, there are plenty of those infamous characters throughout history that we still have around. That it might not be a redemption story. It might not be anything that makes them look better or worse for that matter, but to hear the other part of the stories that we've heard over and over again is interesting. I think that's, other than the sheer hatred for her, I think that's why Casey Anthony got her other interview, which I'm not a super big fan of hers for obvious reasons, but it's still a fascinating tale of U.S. history, of U.S. true crime history. And same way I really did not like O.J. Simpson. I think it was crazy how people were still treating him like a regular celebrity, taking selfies with him and whatnot.
I was like, you got all giddy when we saw him?
No, I didn't. I absolutely didn't. I was dumbfounded that people in our group were like, "Oh, let me get a selfie with you." Like, this dude just straight up got away with murdering two people.
So if you could have been in the same room with Richard Ramirez, you're not gonna go, "Oh shit."
No, I'm gonna be like, "You're a piece of shit, dude. Tell me why you did it. Let me hear this." But I'm not gonna fangirl over a serial killer. It's never gonna happen.
You could have gone and talked to John Wayne Gacy. You wouldn't have gotten a selfie.
Again, talk to him, yes. Selfies, no. I don't. They're not celebrities. They are not.
I know they are.
It's a different situation. I do not.
By the definition of celebrity, they were celebrities.
They had celebrity, yes. What do you call it? Frankie? Because I think one's for you right here. That's because Frankie couldn't stand out this condition at the time. She is still very pretty. She was extremely pretty. I just I guess not my cup of tea. You can check my search history. She ain't on it. That's just me. Sorry. Disappointing. Blondes are not on there for some reason. It's not in the collection.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
She's very beautiful. It's good for her. But it's the same with what's her name? The one who gets all mad when you talk about her adult career. Mia Khalifa. She left it. Oh no, it wasn't an in-person. It was a phone interview for a radio station.
Yeah.
Promoting something she was doing, and then they brought up like as a half joke, half question about one of her videos or something, and she goes off on them and hangs up. It's like, so we're not supposed to talk about the thing that made you famous, really?
Like, we're talking to you now. You're famous.
Kind of is, yeah. Is what it is, though. Whatever. That puts us like pretty much at our hour.
Yeah, just a quick reminder, guys. We still have a couple spots left open for our fantasy football league. So if you want it, send me a message ASAP so I can get you on the list. Once we reach the max teams, we're gonna close it and get the draft going.
And Paul's absolutely right. Yeah, Salma Hayek, I think she could pull off blonde if she wanted.
She could pull off bald if she wanted.
She probably could. I don't think I want to see it, but I wouldn't be against it. Yeah, you're terrible. That's got to say that for a late night show with those kind of. Oh my God. Anyway, guys, so thank you so much. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Apostate, Artesano del Tobacco, GTO, Kiki Momo, Apostate, Family by Loyalty, Artista, and Somme Cigars. Big shout out to Sinistro and to JC Newman for helping us keep this going. You know, just a little extra thank you in there. Thank you to Pariah Cigars because these are delicious. Thank you to you for being a part of that. Appreciate you.
Okay, Paul, you're in. Just do me a favor. I need your email address, so send that over to me if you can, either directly through mine or Miguel's Facebook messaging or to the page, just so I have it so I can send you all the info.
What do you call it? I should have it, but if you wouldn't mind sending it again, just to make sure I got everything in the right spots. I don't want to mess up. Other than that, cigars, yes, 100%. Do not forget, put that on screen too. Cigars for Warriors, Cigar Rights of America. If you're not a member, sign up. If you have a little bit of something you can donate over to Cigars for Warriors, cigars, cutters, lighters, humidification,
coffee.
I think they have a coffee deal. I don't think you need to send coffee, but a couple bucks to help shipping. It gets expensive to ship shit. It really does. It is difficult. But if you can help out, please do so because they get stuff to people who really deserve it. And with the whole world being as crazy as it is right now, I think everyone could use a cigar. And those guys are on the top of that list. All right, folks. Y'all have a good one. And we'll talk to you Monday.
See you guys.
Have a good one.